It has been announced that Chandler Smith will officially be filling Kyle Busch Motorsports' second full-time truck for the 2021 season. This will be the 18-year-old's first full-time Truck Series season, but his third season running in this series overall. Most people may have written him off as another one of KBM's many busts over the past couple of years, but Smith is a prospect that I have been high on since the first time I saw him run at Iowa in the Truck Series. In his first career start, might I add.
Lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the video, and today we're going to be talking about Chandler Smith, a young prospect coming up in the NASCAR Truck Series, and he is somebody who I have a lot of faith in. I believe will be competing for a championship this year in the Truck Series, and will one day become a Cup Series star with Joe Gibbs Racing. But that is a lot of pressure to put on an 18-year-old, but I do have a lot of faith in this kid, even though he's just 3 months older than me. So I guess that technically doesn't make him a kid. But anyways, I have a lot of faith in him, so I want to let you guys know why, and hopefully I can change your mind, because I feel like a lot of people just think he's going to be another Christian Eckes, Ralph Lassard. I think that was his name, Ralph. I don't know. I just know Lassard. Raphael Lassard. It seems like that's his name. Or Christian Eckes, or Todd Gillen. I think I said him, but they're kind of pushing him off to be another one of those guys, but I genuinely think he will be a star in the Truck Series this year and eventually become a star in the Cup Series. So I want to quit reiterating myself. I hope you guys do enjoy. If you do, be sure to like, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below. Do you guys agree with me? So let's start with my first impression of Chandler Smith. For some odd reason, on a random day back in 2019, I decided to watch a Truck Series race, which was pretty rare back then, as I only watched a couple of Truck and Xfinity races a season, as opposed to this year where I watched more Xfinity than I did Cup. Anyway, so I turned on to see some dude named Chandler Smith was on the pole, and I was quite surprised as I had never heard of him. So naturally, I looked up his name, and come to find out, he's only 3 months older than me and is making his first career start in the Truck Series, which made me pretty sad because I was on my ass eating some extra toasty Cheez-Its with a grand total of 0 starts in any form of really stock car racing, maybe a couple go-kart starts, but that's really about it. Once I got all the tears out of my eyes and, because of allergies, that were really kicking in for some odd reason, I saw that Smith was not only holding his own, but pulling away from the rest of the field, and Smith would lead the pack for the first 55 laps of the race until a rookie mistake would push him back into traffic, and he was unable to really regain the lead for the rest of the race. But he would work his way back up into the top five, but a rough pit stop would push him even further back and back into the field, and Smith would finish in 8th in the race, won by Ross Chastain. This would turn out to be the worst race of the season for Smith, as in the other 3 races he competed in at Gateway, Bristol, and Phoenix, he would earn top fives, highlighted by a close second place finish at Bristol. Now, I know that ARCA is not one of the more competitive series in the world, but Smith has been dominant and is part of the reason why it's been so boring. Over the past 3 years, despite never running a full-time season, Smith has ran 33 races and won 9 of them for a win percentage of 27%. I don't care what series you're in, that's still a pretty impressive win percentage, with 22 top fives. Again, ARCA is not nearly as competitive as the Truck Series or Xfinity, not even close. But a lot of times we see drivers like Riley Herbst, excuse me, who didn't see much success in the ARCA series, but are still promoted to the higher series and fail to live up to the hype. So seeing Smith succeeding and winning races can't be a negative. Like you can't point that out as a negative, that just because he's in a lesser series, even though he's out there winning a lot of races, that can't be a bad thing. Now, 2020 wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for Chandler Smith, as he only was able to get in 12 races just 5 top fives. And if you look at those numbers on the surface, I definitely understand why you would dismiss Chandler Smith, because that's not the best, but still pretty solid. I mean, that's not all that much off from people who ran full-time seasons with KBM. So still, I would understand if you kind of overlooked him based on those. But let's look into these details, look at his season a little more in detail, a little more with context, and see if we can maybe find a narrative as to why he struggled so much. Now, Smith's first 5 races were all outside the top 20. So right off the bat there, you can see that 5 of the 7 races that he finished outside of the top 5 were in his first 5 races. Anyways, one of those outside the top 20 finishes was a DNF at Michigan in a race where he started on the pole, led 4 laps, but got caught up in a wreck that put him out of contention. After a 12th place finish in the 6th race of the season at Richmond, Smith would go on a tear with 4 straight top 5s, including a 3rd place finish at Talladega. Smith would have a rough Texas race, but finish the season on a high note with a 3rd place finish showing out in the season finale at Phoenix. I also like to add that Texas race where he finished, where he struggled, he was in the top 10. Sorry, you probably just heard a noise there. He was in the top 10 until he had an issue with his tire. I think his tire literally came off, so kind of a reason for him. That could have been another top 10 there. Chandler's end of the season looked like night and day compared to how he started off the 2020 season. And I think we use this excuse far too much for just about everybody who hasn't performed to the way that we felt like they should have performed. We just basically just blame it on 2020. I think this is a legitimate case to apply the 2020 season as an excuse for why he had such a rough start. If you look at it this way, he didn't have any races before NASCAR's hiatus and didn't start a race until July at Kentucky. And while everybody had gotten a couple races under their belt, Chandler Smith is making his first Truck Series start in almost a year. And I would say that probably is a cause for a little bit of rust, on your system, especially when you factor in that everybody else had pretty much worked off that rust. And if you combine that with the fact that he had no practice and no qualifying to give his team feedback on the adjustments he needs, I think this is a situation, or just simply to get, just to get a feel of the truck. It had been a while. So think about if you didn't drive for almost a year, how you would feel. So I think that's why he had such a sluggish start. But I think if you look at that second part of the season, that is what we can expect out of Chandler Smith here in this 2021 season. Consistent top 5s, and you know what? Maybe a top 10 here and there. But I also think he's going to get quite a few wins along with that as well. But as I was saying, I think this is one where we can use the 2020 is a crazy year excuse, because Smith's situation was pretty unique. But when you're looking at Cup drivers who underperformed, like maybe Eric Jones or Ryan Blaney, I kind of said Ryan Blaney was a good reason, but also at the same time he should be able to adapt as everyone else did. But I think Chandler Smith's situation here was pretty unique from your Cup regulars or your Xfinity regulars that underperformed this year. So yeah, there's that. And that is all I got. So be sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Chandler Smith can have a breakout year this year? I mean, I really think if he just performs the way he did at the end of the season, he's going to win multiple races and compete for a championship. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think he will do that, or will he be the next KBM bust? Am I overhyping him far too much? Also, you guys got to see my hair for like the first time in months. This is what it's looking like. I don't think it's really any different. It's a little longer maybe, but anyways, that's all I got. So be sure to let me know. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and comment down below. That is all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Yeah, stop wasting my time.